I'm saying there's a scripture you read and you get revelations. And there's a stage where you get a revelation of a scripture that you are yet to read.
Shalom, hello there. Welcome to the Watchers blog. Thank you for joining us today. Now we are going to be watching a clip by Prophet Emmanuel. He is not a man that normally describes himself or takes the pleasure in explaining or describing his calling to people. But today we are going to be watching him as he describes himself as the Joshua of our generation, as he recalls a time when God told him that as he was with Moses, so shall he be with him. He doesn't say it plainly that he is the Joshua of our generation, but those who know him, they understood what he meant.
My children were asking me concerning hearing God's voice. And I went on to explain a lot of things concerning the revelations of God, where God reveals himself to you about himself, and where God reveals his things to you. Something else that is not himself, he can reveal to you other things that you'd want to know. Now, when it comes to scripture, there is a revelation of scripture where you read a scripture, a passage of scripture, and then God begins to give you knowledge, information, and understanding beyond what is written. It's a revelation of scripture. It's coming because you have read the scripture. And from the reading, God provides answers, insight, more information beyond the pages. Now, it's a revelation that is coming because of the scripture that you have read. Personally, I have also received revelations of scripture where it is not because I've read the scripture. I only realized years later that what I had as a revelation is actually scriptural. I had not seen it written in the Bible, God saying to Joshua, as I have been with my servant Moses, so shall I be with you. I thought it was coming to me, and it's nowhere to be found. I'm saying there's a scripture you read and you get revelations. And there's a stage where you get a revelation of a scripture that you are yet to read. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it. This is exactly what I had whilst I was in the forest. He told me your entire life, no man. He told me, no man shall ever stand before you. No man. As I have been with my servant Moses, so shall I be with you also. And then I have to look at how God has been with Moses and how God has dealt with his adversaries. Even the Red Sea could not swallow him. The serpents could not bite him. The enemies could not kill him. God had to ask him, Moses, to say, come, I now want you dead. Please, sit down, please. Sit down. Sit down.
If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe so that YouTube also recommends our videos to people like you out there. Stay blessed. Shalom.
Such a high priest is unkillable. Even if he is dead, the maximum he can go is 3 days. We have such a high priest. You can't be dead forever. They cannot write you off forever. You have a tendency in your DNA to always come out of graves. You die, you rise, you die, you rise, you die, you rise. It's a culture in our generation. Are you following this?